Lots of people ask me how I've felt about returning to in-person instruction this year. My answer is that I'm grateful to teach at a school that was in a position to bring us back safely. And what I'm grateful for in particular are all those everyday moments that just can't be replicated by even the best remote learning model. After missing those moments for several months, I have never been as attentive to them as I have been this year. In fact, over the past couple weeks, I've started cataloging some of the little things that happen every day on campus that never used to strike me as remarkable, but that now seem so precious. So here is a partial list of some of the small delights that I've been able to enjoy this year because in-person learning was feasible at Denver JDS. Number one, the sixth grader who literally dances into class every day. Number two, the time another sixth grader taught me how to hold a live chicken. Number three, the sight of ninth graders trying to mentor seventh graders in the finer points of touch football. Number four, seeing how much some of our students grew up, I mean physically grew up, since the last time I saw them in March. Number five, hearing the carefully curated playlists that our senior class DJs blast for us on Fridays. Number six, banter with faculty colleagues. And because our office assignments were modified this year to promote social distancing, I've gotten to know some colleagues who I used to see only in passing. Number seven, catching up with former students while subbing for them. Who knew that subbing would be one of the things about in-person learning that I miss the most? Anyway, the list goes on. The point is that these mundane moments play a much bigger role in what we do every day than I'd ever realized before.
We had just lost our playoff game to Briggsdale. Our team looked fatigued from the long season, defeated from the fact that we had just lost in the playoffs. I walked into the locker room, put my hands in my head, began to cry. Everything was going through my head. What could I have done better? Could I have played any better? Perhaps these were the reasons I was frustrated, but the reason I was crying in the locker room was different. It was as simple as I was going to miss my mishpacha, my group of friends that made me fit in, that allowed me to be me. The community at Denver Jewish Day School is like no other. I have had the opportunity to meet my best friends, to learn in an amazing environment. The community looks out for me when I am down and celebrates with me at my highest moments. I've never been in such a loving and caring atmosphere. Though I still might miss my mishpacha from last year, I'm happy to have had such an amazing experience. For many, it's about the destination. For me, it's about the journey. I'm thankful to have had such a wonderful group of friends, for I will forever be grateful for Denver Jewish Day School.
Hi, I'm Amy Kaplan. My kids are in 6th and 3rd grade, and we've been really involved in the Farmat since the beginning. This year's been really fun. The Farmat's kind of taken off with the chickens becoming really active and laying lots of eggs. And we've got 4 chickens right now that the kids all love. And then, as you likely know, we got goats a couple weeks ago, which has been really fun. The goats just have a lot of personality. The kids are really drawn to them. And it's been really cool to see too. The community kind of come together to put up the goat corral and build their little goat shelter. And it's been really cool watching my own child who just loves the Farmat, my son, mostly my 6th grader. He just adores the Farmat and really has taken a lot of leadership, did a ton of research on how to take care of goats and what kind of goats we should be getting, and then presented that to the administration and kind of wrote a bunch of emails, and just really fun to see him get so excited and passionate about something and really go forward with it. So it's been just great to see the Farmat really take off and really become a small farm this year. We've got livestock and animals and all sorts of really fun things going on. So it's just been really great to get to see all of that come together and see my kids really engage in it and meet other families that love doing the Farmat as well.
Hi, I'm Hannah Grunwald.
And I'm Micah Grunwald.
We are in 7th grade at Denver Jewish Day School and have been here since kindergarten. Our school is really great because I feel safe at school even during COVID-19. We all wear masks and spray the tables before each class. We also have our desks distanced and are not allowed to be too close to each other.
Before the school year, I thought it was going to be very weird with no socializing. But the school has done a really amazing job keeping it normal and really keeping the DJDS spirit.
Our school would not feel normal if we were online because when we are in school, we get special moments like dancing in the hallways on Friday and Tachnit Briut. Tachnit Briut is our gym class that we have 3 times a week, and we get to be outside and with other people, and that would not happen if we were not in school.
As a child, I always wanted to attend DJDS. I grew up in Colorado Springs and I was desperately searching for some sort of Jewish community because I didn't feel like I was finding what I needed. When I graduated my master's program in Israel, the first place I wanted to apply was DJDS. I had so many friends that had attended this school from elementary, middle, and high school that they spoke so highly about the community, education, and so much more. Upon starting my first year here, I immediately felt like I was a part of the DJDS family. I made friends and connections right away, and of course got to partake in some Jewish geography, finding that my bat mitzvah tutor when I was a child was also working here at the school. The school feels warm, welcoming, and bright. When the pandemic hit and we were suddenly isolated from our community, DJDS did not miss a beat. We immediately transitioned into remote learning, and our faculty and staff continued to check in with each other regularly and offer support in any way possible. I even felt that support from our families here. I feel like I've found my home here at DJDS. This is such a special community, and I'm truly honored that I was welcomed into this family with open arms.
Hi, my name is Noah Ketnick. I've been looking forward to 5th grade for a long, long time. The 5th graders get to do a lot of special things. They get to do flagpole, they get lockers, they get to go on an overnight trip to Estes Park. But best of all, they get Hebrew buddies. This year, I thought we wouldn't get to do any of those things. But then when we got to school, they told us we would be able to do Hebrew buddies, just in a different way. Let me tell you more about Hebrew buddies. Hebrew buddies are kindergarteners paired up with 5th graders, and then they do Hebrew-based activities like puzzles, games, art projects, and much, much more. I remember my Hebrew buddies being a big role model for me, and I really wanted to be a role model for kindergarteners too, just like them.
There are 2 stories in the past, 6, 8, since May that really stand out, that come to mind with our time at DJDS. The first one being graduation last spring. While it was understandably not anything that anyone expected that it would be, I was blown away with how meaningful the whole experience was and the whole ceremony was. I laughed, I cried. I experienced all the emotions, and it was all remote, and it was still the most beautiful, meaningful ceremony that it could have been. So we really appreciated what the school put into that. Wrapping back around to kindergarten this fall, I think it was last week, Miss Shapiro, I was sitting in the car pickup line to grab the kids after school, and Miss Shapiro knocked on my window and proceeded to tell me an entertaining story about our son Benny in kindergarten. And just the fact that she took the time and to pass that story along. And we have the history of the public school perspective that never would happen in public school, ever. And so I was just really touched, and I don't know, it was really special that she took the time to tell me the story, and meant a lot. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Ellie Perlmutter, and I'm a senior at DJDS. And one of the things I took away from online learning during COVID is just how much the teachers are willing to help and are there for you. In the beginning of the pandemic, when we first went online, I was definitely having some trouble adjusting to the new learning system. I'm a slow learner, and it was just a hard time for all of us. So I reached out to Mr. Snyder, and he right away wrote me back, and we had a call, and he really helped me, talk to my teachers and make sure this experience was manageable. and he was really helpful, and that's something that you could really only find at a place like DJDS.
When we went to remote learning this past March, my first thought was, oh no, how are the kids going to still be able to get books? And what am I supposed to do with my library space and the thousands of books that I have here? So I kind of freaked out and got sad for a second, but then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna pivot and we'll figure out a way to still bring what I call book joy to our students. So I started to every single day read a story to them out loud that I posted online for them to watch. And every single day I heard back from kids how much they loved it and that they really enjoyed still having a story every day. That's what I mean by book joy. And then over the summer, I realized, wow, these kids are gonna need something to read while we're gone for a couple of months. So I worked with the families and put together little book bags for the kids to take home. And then this fall, when I was unpacking them, I found a little note tucked inside one of the books that said, Miss Rath, that was seriously the best book I've ever read. Thank you. That's some book joy too. And now that we're back here on campus this fall, the students aren't able to come into the library. So I've had to have them order their books online, and then I deliver them in this little bookmobile. And when they hear the honking, they scream with delight to get their books. Some more book joy. So I am just so grateful that I get to work in a school that values the library so much and allows me to do my job and bring that book joy to our students. And that is one thing that's not going to change. We will keep spreading book joy on our campus.